It's time for another Dice Tower review with Zee Garcia.
Hey everybody, today we are taking a look at another game from the Pack of Games, and these are 8 tiny little games. Today we are taking a look at Shh. And in this one, this is a cooperative game. It's the one game that's cooperative in the whole line of 8 games, and it's a word game as well. And so in this one, you are building words cooperatively with your partners, but you cannot speak to one another and cannot plan what you're going to play out. Very tricky game to explain, so let me just show you this tiny little curiosity. Here we go. To set up the game, you're going to put all these vowels here in the center of the table, making sure that the side that at the bottom says +1 is still facing down. You are going to put a pass card here, 1 per player. In this case, we're looking at a 3-player game. And then you're going to shuffle up the rest of these cards, and then you're going to divvy them up among the players face down. The way the game works is we're trying to make words cooperatively, but we cannot speak to one another, we cannot plan. And so on your turn, you are either going to play a letter to start or continue a word, or you are going to call for the word to be scored, basically giving a thumbs up, and everybody gives a thumbs up when you stop. If anybody gives a thumbs down, that just means they're challenging that the word is not a real word, something to be found in the dictionary, at which point then you have to, well, look it up in the dictionary. But that's basically it. And so let's say I'm going to start, and I'm going to play this letter here. And then this player will go. And they could play a vowel, let's say. And so they'll play that, M-O. And then this player will go, and they are going to play a letter from their hand. Then I'm going to go, and I'm going to play a letter from my hand. And then this player is going to play, and they'll do this. And then that player will go and they'll do this. And then I am going to give a thumbs up, and everybody else is going to go, yeah, thumbs up, and we're going to score this word, which means all the letters that are consonants are going to just be moved up here somewhere, so we keep track of which ones are gone. And the vowels go back in the line. If they were used in a word that had at least 5 letters, then you flip them over, which means you've scored an extra point at the end of the game. At the end of the game, you are going to get as many points as the number of these that are flipped to face up, and the number of these you were able to use before you basically clutched up and couldn't keep going. Once a player has called for a vote and the word has been scored, then they're the ones who start the new word by, again, playing a letter from their hand or one of the vowels there. The words have to be at least 3 letters long, and the pass option over here is simply to be able to, on your turn, if you don't think you're going to be helping and there's nothing you can add and you're thinking the other players might have a better opportunity to continue the word, then you can just take one of these and flip them over, you pass, and the next player takes their turn. You can do this 3 times in the game. It does not matter who does it, but you get as many as the number of players. And you continue doing this until the word is no longer valid, no one can play, you have to vote thumbs down, and the word is not a real word. And again, you're going to score +1 for each of these flipped over, +1 for each of these that you've been able to bank, and the game in the rule book tells you what it considers to be a good score here. So let's see what we've got. It says 0 through 10 is poor, 11 through 20 proficient, phenomenal 21 through 25, and if you get them all, then perfect score. And that's it. That's how the game works. Cooperative, but silent word game. This is an excellent little word game, and it's unbelievable how much game is packed in this little box. I mean, really, it's just the alphabet, a card for per letter, and then a few of the pass cards. That's it. But the The really interesting design choices here are that no one can communicate. That's really cool. I like the idea of having to make a long enough word that you flip over the vowels to score them. That's really cool. And then the building the words one letter at a time. Really great stuff. This one I've been playing a lot and I've really enjoyed it. It's been one of my favorites. I've been ranking all the games in the line from 1 to 8, 1 being my favorite, and this comes in at number 3. One of my favorites in the line of games, and really the line as a whole is pretty strong, except for a couple of games I don't like. The rest are great. This is number 3, really, really solid. I love the look of the cards. I think the graphic design in this game is admirable. I mean, this is a tiny little game, but the cards are stark. They look great. This is just a great package, and such a tiny little game too. If you like word games, if you like cooperative games, if you want to try something new in the word game genre, you gotta check this little game out. This is an impressive little game, I think. Really quick, but neat. It's got that, one more game feel to it, where you wrap up playing, you go, let's do that one more time to see if we can get a slightly better score that time. Really neat stuff. You got to check this one out if you like those genres at all. Really good stuff.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.